Hello.
Hey, everybody. We live, baby.
We live.
What's going on?
Well, welcome to The Perspective. This week's episode, it is our, is it our 5th episode?
Something like that. I think it's like, four
number
or 5.
We'll go with 5.
We're going strong this week. So, we didn't have an episode last week in honor of Resurrection Sunday. So this week, we wanted to come in with a live episode for you guys because we've gotten pretty good feedback that you guys enjoyed that.
Yes.
So, as we've put it out there, this is our Q&A episode, questions and answers. A few questions have been sent in beforehand, and if you have questions, we are live on our laptops, on our phones, and we will be sure to get to your question.
Yes.
So, we do have a few good ones to start off. Ashley actually has a really good one that someone gave her. You can give the person a shout out too.
I will, because he is
y'all.
he's my son's barber. Hi, guys. He's my son's barber. He's so dope. I love this guy. He's such a giving person. He is Eric Cutter Ross. If y'all need y'all haircut, hit up Eric Cutter Ross. He's so dope. He has a great spirit. He's so giving. Like, he's just awesome. So,
I don't think everybody's gonna get that introduction.
Right.
no, but I really appreciate him and his giving spirit. But he asked, one of the question he asked, why do church girls like bad boys? So, why y'all like bad boys?
Well,
Because we went.
Particularly this one, because she like want to save us.
Oh, that's true. It's like, I want them saved, but like, okay. Like me, I'm safe and proper. So I feel like I need like a balance. Like, I need you to kind of be a little thuggish. But I don't want you to be like a thug, you know? I want you to have like that bass in your voice, you know?
I just think we went like so long with the church guys because we was in church so much, and it's like we was around them so much, and they just got boring.
well, no, let's be honest. We know the church guys really aren't church guys.
Exactly. I was
So
just about to say
we
that.
actually know some of their true colors. So it's like, man, well, you're just as bad as the people out there. So let's just go for them out there. I mean, or
And I need to have a little like, you gotta have a
thug.
little thug in you
Yeah.
because I need to feel like I'm protected.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that maybe it's just.
I can't be harder
specifically-
than you. But go
Well,
ahead.
yeah.
That's the thing.
I don't think it's specifically church girls that like thugs. I think that that's every girl at some point in life.
Yeah.
I don't
I could
necessarily.
be wrong, but
I don't necessarily like a thug. I
okay,
would
not
say-
thugs, but bad boys.
Not even
Which
no,
doesn't have to be
not
bad.
even
Bad,
I just don't
yeah.
want you to be a punk. Like,
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to be able to feel safe when I'm with you. Like, if somebody walk down the street and they bump me, I need you to be like, "Hey, boy, watch out. That's my chick."
Yeah.
You know, I need that type of security.
I don't
I don't
like
go
that.
crazy.
Right. I don't want you to be like, you're the biggest dope dealer in Kansas or something like that.
Listen, you went too far.
No, we ain't
I
talking
just
about
want you to
that.
have like a thug swag.
Although
You know.
I will say, like back in the day, actually when I was in high school, and this is crazy, and it's probably putting myself out there a little bit too much, but I did date somebody who did that, and that was too much.
Yeah.
But
It's too much.
Well, I know maybe I'm thinking it's a little bit for the thrill. If we're just honest with ourselves, just temporarily. Okay, maybe I can just speak for myself. I always said, anybody that knows me knows I love Tupac. Like, I love him. Okay, I know he's still alive in
Because you
Cuba.
10% him?
Yeah, I am 10% him. He is in Cuba. I know some of y'all out there are on the same page as me. But anyways, he should have came back when his mama passed. But whatever. But anyway, so I know that I always said, oh my gosh, if I was alive during that time, I could have dated Tupac for like a week. Like, I just want the thrill. I like the bad boy tendency. And then, like, I'm going to have to get with somebody that goes to church. Because
Right.
You sound like
that's my life.
Megan Good's husband. Like, I could take somebody like that because when somebody called her out at one of their press conferences for their book about like her wearing revealing clothes, he stood up for his wife. That's
He
so
did.
that was a little thuggish. So,
he did. But I don't think we're talking about like the hardcore gangster thugs.
No, not like that. Just like a.
Because I wouldn't mind having a sweet thug. Like, y'all know how like Tyrese was on Waist Deep?
You think Tyrese is a sweet
thug.
thug?
Yeah,
Is there
he
such thing?
he ain't too like.
I want a thug that got a soft heart for me.
Yeah.
That's it. You just need to
I don't
have
want
a
you to
soft
be
heart for me.
scary. Like, please, if you're a thug, please don't slide in the DMs.
Bonnet says she definitely wants a guy that she feels like she's harder than. If
She
not, it's a
definitely
turn
doesn't
on.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't
Yeah,
want.
Yeah, I can't be more hood than you.
Exactly. And I can't have, if something pop off, I can't have him hiding behind me.
Right.
Right.
That ain't cute. That's
Then I'm ready to
turn
beat you
on.
up.
Then I'm ready to fight you up. And hold on, this is kind of off subject too. I can't be stronger than you. Like, have you ever been to the gym and seen like couples work out together and like the woman is just like like beasting,
Okay, but I'm not
and the
trying
man
to-
is struggling? Like, I can't have that either.
That ain't cute.
Okay, but things can happen in life.
No,
People
no.
can get hurt, temporarily disabled. Stuff happens.
Okay, and that is sure, but
It's-
you can
that's
always build up
different.
strength.
Okay.
You can always build up. That's what physical therapy is for. I cannot be stronger than you. So if we in the kitchen and you can't open the lid, you gonna be like, baby, can you open this?
No, like get out of my house. Okay, anyways, we can talk about this forever. Next question.
Thank you,
that-
Eric, for your question.
Thank you. One that we get a lot from people. I don't want to necessarily make it personal, but let's say the question was, will you go to hell if you cuss?
Nah, you be alright.
Now, this is the thing. I can't put anybody in a heaven or hell.
Right.
So I really can't answer that question. Like, we're preachers' kids. We're not the pastor, and the pastor can't even put you in heaven or hell.
Right.
Okay. So I do think at the end of the day, no sin is greater than another.
Amen.
So this
But is
person
it
might
a sin
cuss.
to cuss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a
It's
verse
like,
about
yeah,
that.
no, it is. There's a verse about it. It talks about like how water and salt, they can't like salt water and regular water. You know, I feel like that's
No,
the verse.
Well, this is
It's
my,
like they can't go together, like oil and water don't
Oil
go
and water.
together.
This-
So the things that come out of your mouth, it shouldn't be curses, it should be blessings.
If somebody knows
Something
the
like
scripture,
that.
please
It was
quote
a
below.
paraphrase, so
I will say I don't. It's not that I think it's a sin, but I'm not a big cusser. I've never been a big cusser. I don't. It's not in my everyday language. You really have to take me there to hear a cuss word come out of my mouth. But
I just can't.
I've
do it.
heard my dad say this before. He said, "Why would you praise God in the same mouth that you use nasty language in?" I'm probably saying it wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
he said it better, but he
No,
pretty
that's
much
kind of
was
what the
saying
scripture I was
like,
talking about said.
why would you use that same mouth, nasty mouth that you're cussing with and doing all this? Why would you use that same nasty mouth to praise God? And so I kind of thought about that, and I was like, yeah.
That
He's
actually
right.
did
Yeah.
that.
Rosalind
Yeah.
said that scripture, isn't it though?
What's the
Rosalind?
scripture?
No, she said that scripture.
Like
Well,
that's
that's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, what you were saying.
So that's why but I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I it's not in my everyday language. I don't cuss, but there has been times, somebody made me mad enough to where it might slip out on accident.
Well, the thing about
but
it-
I don't feel like I'm going to hell for that.
I think people expect Christians to be like perfect. Like you have to have like perfect. Even if you have a perfect mouth, that don't mean you thinking it in your head. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's a sin as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And that's real. Like, cause the thoughts that be in my head because I know I can't say it. Is that just as?
It's just as
That's
bad,
just
so I
as
just
bad.
say it. If I'm thinking
Well,
it, it's just about to come
actually-
out my mouth. I mean, it's for real. If I'm gonna be in trouble for it anyway, if I'm gonna get a whooping from God anyway, I'm just gonna say it
oh my goodness.
because it ain't no different. So you just gonna hear me.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
do think that
I'm
we're
sorry.
all like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about like the spirit and it's about like our actual flesh. And our actual human flesh is perfect as we want to be. For instance, if somebody is coming at your mom and daddy like crazy, or better yet, one of our kids,
All bets are off.
know.
like we're gonna like, some people totally lose their religion, like altogether.
I've
like,
totally
this is-
lost the best part of me over my child.
This is what
So
you don't
I
do.
know.
You don't mess with my parents, my livelihood, my kids,
Or
or my man.
Well, for somebody that's trying to be delivered from cussing, just stop. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely
I'm
not
not
making
encouraging
like,
it.
excuses or anything like that. I'm not saying it's
I'm not
you're fine
encouraging-
if you
right.
do it. I'm just saying, I know there's a lot of people out there, regardless people say they don't say cuss words, they just don't say it around you. And if you make them mad enough, then they really
I
might.
think that's true. I don't say cuss words at all.
I didn't say you. I wasn't saying everybody says
Yeah.
it. I mean, there are like exceptions, and or not even necessarily exceptions. Some people do, some people don't. I don't think the people that do are necessarily going to hell because, yeah, she might cuss, but then you might lie. she might
Or you might be thinking
cussing,
it.
but then you might hate somebody. Or strongly dislike, which is almost close to hate. There's really no difference between the two. So I don't understand. Some people single out certain sins. And I don't think that that's like really in any of our places to do that. I mean, get to Judgment Day and worry about yourself.
I just don't think it's cute for women to cuss excessively.
That's what I was gonna
that is
say,
just
too,
not
like, that's not
attractive at
attractive.
all. Like,
I really can't hold a conversation with somebody that cusses the whole time. Like, if every single word is beep, 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 I can't.
then
Like,
you clearly need. There's
You
something
know
wrong
what
with your
kills people?
vocabulary.
When you can go off on them and not use not one cuss word,
Baby.
and you use every educated
Baby,
word.
listen.
Yeah.
They
You
be looking
use
at you like,
words
what?
outside of their vocabulary. They have
Yeah.
no idea what that means, so they're stuck. They can't even come back at you with a cuss word because
Yeah.
they sound stupid.
That happens often.
Rosalind, Denise Rogers came back with the scripture. She said it's James 3:10.
See, it's in the Bible.
I'm gonna have
Thank
to look
you,
that up.
Rosalind.
Thank you, Rosalind. Okay, we got
So
another
what was
question.
our next one? Oh, if you guys have questions on there, please type them in so that we can get your questions. We had a lot of people telling us that
I
they
got
got questions,
questions. I
and I
got
don't see you
questions.
guys
Yeah.
typing them in.
Right.
Well-
down below.
I do have a question somebody else had given me. I don't think she's on Facebook, so I might not be able to shout her out. But anyways, she said, and this dates back to last Sunday. So everybody knows last Sunday was Resurrection Sunday. And her question was, because she's a doorkeeper, which is okay for me to say that, because we got like 50 million of them. So she's a doorkeeper, a.k.a. an usher, and she was getting very frustrated because we literally had to pull out all the seats and the church was packed, like to the max. So she was very furious. She's like, I don't understand why all these people are coming to church on Easter and they're not here any other Sunday, and it's about to be a fire hazard. We got too many people in here, and we got to make all this room, yet next Sunday they ain't going to be here. Then people want to get dressed up and buy all these new clothes for Easter, and I think that's ridiculous. And I don't know why they would do that. I mean, you got to dress in your closet. What makes it so special for Easter? So can y'all talk about that?
Yeah, let
Yeah,
them
let's
live.
talk about that.
Yeah, let them
Because
live.
There has been times like, first of all, let's address the people coming on Easter. Who cares? They're here.
They're there.
Like, don't bash somebody for being in church or for coming to church. It doesn't matter when they come.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm never going to
You know?
bash anybody. Looking at the other side, it's like, if I was a person that didn't go to church,
Don't mind
why
me.
am
Go
I
ahead.
wasting my time going on Easter? I mean, I don't go any other Sunday. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
is it just for show? Is it just to say, like, I was here on the day Jesus died, but you don't even have a
The
relationship
way that I
with
look
him?
at it is, even if their first thought is to come just for show, God is going to speak to them whether they want to
Right.
want to hear him or not. So if we could only get them 2 or 3 times out of the year, okay, we're making a difference 2 or 3 times out of the year. But to tell or to make people feel like, you know, you shouldn't come, well, then you're gonna have them not coming at all, and then, you know, their
Exactly.
kids may not
I'm
get
not
to
saying
come.
they shouldn't come. I just don't understand their logic because they have no plans in coming back.
Hey, we only get them 2 or 3 times a year.
I say let them come.
Yeah.
Let them
I'm
come.
glad
And
they're
let
there.
them come.
And
Let them
I
buy.
hope- I hope
whatever
that we
they
get
want to
through
buy.
to
And
Yeah.
leave the people alone who want to go all out for Easter. Like, leave them alone. Like, that's their money. There's honestly, there's times like that I feel like maybe I went all out, and there's times where I literally wore jeans and tennis shoes. Like, it doesn't
matter.
It doesn't matter.
I
Like,
know.
I'm here. You're here. It doesn't matter. Like, let them people live. Leave them alone.
Tanisha Jackson said the church is a hospital for the sick. It's a sanctuary for the righteous. They may have come for a show. They may have not. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Lexi, they may have not come for a show. They may have
come for a show and leave with a
Well,
word.
she edited it.
That's true.
So I thought I had to change something.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
I mean,
true.
I totally
That's
agree
true.
with that. I just think, y'all know, I never try to play devil's advocate. I do try to look at both sides. And I think for the people, like at Faith City, we've had years where, it's going to be dressed down Sunday for Easter because we don't want people to feel like, I'm not going to their church because they all dressing up and I don't have money to buy new clothes. So that was the reason why we dressed down. And then some years it's dressed up. Some years it's like, we're not going to set an attire, just come in whatever. I'm the type of person, now if I have the excess money to go buy some clothes and I just feel like looking nice for Easter, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and nobody should count my coins because nobody else is paying my bills.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if we all was going to a concert, I went to the Beyonce concert. Now, if I'm gonna go buy a whole new outfit for her concert and put on makeup and get all dressed up, then why would I show up to church in some dingy jeans and a shirt? I'm gonna go give Beyonce my best, but I can't do it for God.
That's true.
Come on.
I'm just saying. So when people say that, I'm like, okay, when you was going to the club back in your day, did you get dressed up?
Bro, I bought an outfit every week.
Exactly.
You didn't see me in the same thing.
This is what I'm
9
saying.
times out of 10, I went to the same club, so I couldn't wear the same thing.
Well, I don't know what y'all talking about. I never been to any clubs.
Well,
Girl, bye.
I'm kidding.
I bought a new outfit every week, and my hair was probably different every week too.
It probably was.
True.
We still waiting on you guys'
Wait, I have a
questions.
question.
Go ahead.
Someone said they sent in a question and they said,
Jeff said lies.
how do you know if a girl is just how do you know if a girl is flirting or just being a good Christian?
I forgot about that one.
So, a good Christian, like, how do you know that she's just not being, nice and she's not just being like Jesus when she's talking to you, or is she really flirting? So, I really feel like personally, I always get sucked into this. People think I'm flirting. I'm not flirting with you. I just really have, that sounded so weird. I just really have a very bubbly and overwhelming personality if I'm really comfortable with you. So some people, they might initially get my bubbliness, like right off the bat. So I think you just gotta, I don't know. Every girl's not flirting with you. I don't really know how you
I
know.
understand where you're coming from 100% because I've been accused of that as well.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't
like,
understand the idea
no.
of a good Christian. That's
No,
what I
I've been
love.
accused of.
No, I'm saying, like, okay, I'm being a bad Christian today. Like, I don't
Right, that doesn't
understand.
make
Like, it
sense.
doesn't
Right.
make sense.
But I understand the whole people confusing flirting with just being
being
nice,
friendly.
just
Right.
being friendly. Because I've been accused of that, and it's like I wasn't even thinking about
Or-
you.
or
You
because
just
you're
have
smiling.
flirtatious
Or because,
personality.
and
And
I
maybe
do.
because
I know I
I'm
have a
smiling too,
flirtatious personality, but I can't change it. That's just me. I like to smile. I like to engage in the conversation. So if we're talking about something good, you're probably gonna get a smile, probably gonna laugh. But that don't mean I want you. It don't mean that.
Right.
So
Just because I prayed for you during altar call does not mean that I want you.
Oh,
got
here's a
another
good
question?
question.
Okay, go ahead and.
Okay, so Jeremy Spears says, why is there so much drama in the church?
because people come.
It was something else attached to that.
Well, to answer that question, it's so much drama in the church because people come to church for the wrong reasons.
Well, I think
Some
it's
of
always
it
going to
is
be
that.
some kind of drama in church because everybody has different personalities. You have,
Right.
you have people here that are literally coming for help.
Right.
And then there's people who still aren't there yet. And then you have people with these egos and they what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but they expect to be looked at a certain way when they don't get that kind of attention. Then it becomes jealousy.
Because I wouldn't label it that way. I think going back to Rosalind's her statement about church being a hospital, that's what people don't realize, that church is a hospital. So they look at it as drama, not realizing that everybody's coming in here with a different case.
And bringing in problems.
And bringing in different problems. You know, they may not know how to deal with whatever they're going through. So, like, they lash out on other people or they're going through stuff. Like, people don't look at it like that. They look at it more like a community center instead of a place of spiritual fulfillment, a place of spiritual resuscitation, a spiritual hospital. They don't look at it like that. So people don't realize is that, like, if we got our eyes off of, this person was in their feelings today, this person didn't speak to me today, that person's probably going through a lot that you don't know about, and really them speaking to you.
Or maybe they didn't even see you.
Exactly.
Don't we get that so
People
much?
like, that's so
People
annoying.
like, I know you saw me.
Like
I didn't.
People, listen. If somebody who works in the church or working in ministry and stuff like, they walk by 9 times, especially on a Sunday morning, they probably handling business. Don't get offended if they don't stop and speak to you and hold a 15-minute conversation with you before service. Just don't get offended. 9 times out of 10, they are working.
But that's the thing I've noticed, and
we don't mean no harm
probably-
by it. We really don't.
I know a lot of people are not
I'll
going to
get
like
selfish
this,
for
but
myself.
it is so many. Excuse me, because this is like something big for me. So just let me say it how I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna let
Don't judge me. it's so many freaking sensitive people here at the church. Like, when I say sensitive, I mean so sensitive. Like, we have gotten, like, bashed for stuff that, like, we didn't even know. Like, just like the whole...
my baby today.
Just like, seriously,
You didn't
just
hug
like
me.
the whole, like, people getting offended, like, because you didn't speak to them. Like, there have been times, like, people have gotten so offended over little stuff, like, hold on, like the time, and I don't care if they watch it, but the time somebody told sent a happy birthday to my mom on Facebook. I think I've talked about this before. Somebody sent a happy birthday to my mom on Facebook, and she didn't see it.
And
my
she
mama
didn't
didn't
reply.
see it, and my mom didn't reply.
You know stuff
And
is
so
not
this person-
official unless it's on Facebook.
No, hold on. This person was mad at my mom for like a year
She was so offended.
and would not speak to her for like a year. And it's like, heifer, she didn't see it. And so it's stuff like that all the time. Like, I didn't see you. I'm sorry you tried to get my attention and I walked past you. Like, I really just didn't see you. And like Ashley was saying, when you work in the church, sometimes you be on a mission doing stuff. You got somebody pulling you over here and somebody pulling you over there and somebody, and so you're just focused.
Right.
And you walk past them and don't even speak, and it's not intentional, and then you get looked at as too good to speak, rude, stuck up. Who does she think she is? And it's like, if you got to know me, you would know, like, I'm so cool, like, down to earth.
Yeah.
And that's,
like, I
that's
did
my
not.
thing. The people who say that, it's because I get it often. But the people who say that, they really don't know me. Like,
They
They
don't.
don't know me. I don't dislike anybody, really. I really don't have any enemies. I don't have drama with people. It's because I just try to be positive. I mean, if you're not my type of person, I'm still gonna say hi, but we just not gonna be cool. But I don't get it.
I think it's what it sounds like to me is a lot of people just making assumptions and not actually going the extra mile to just come and say, hey, what's the problem? Or is there a problem?
Right.
Or, are you
That
okay
too.
today? Because you're acting outside of your character and you normally wouldn't act like that with me.
Right.
I think some people are just scared to have that conversation and they assume the worst.
Yeah.
So,
But
that will
talk
cut
to
down a lot
people
of
because
drama.
people will hold you to something that you cannot get mad off assumptions.
And then
Like, and people would be mad at you so long because they thought you did this.
Wait,
or
but
look,
get this,
you know,
and then they'll be mad, and you have no
think
clue that they mad. You
Yeah.
think we cool, like, and then they you try to speak and they shrug their shoulder like you
Yeah.
didn't. I'm like, I didn't even know you was mad.
Okay.
But
A lot
anyway,
of people.
let's move on
hold
from
on.
that one.
Yeah,
Just
we
one
got
last
a million questions. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
I really I feel like people forget, like, when most of the time when we're at church, we're always doing something. So, like, there's like 50 million things going on in our minds. So we don't intentionally mean to not say hello. We're just really doing something.
So what I've learned from that is to stop and be in the moment rather than always being quote unquote busy. Because somebody could be going through something
That's
and maybe
true.
they just wanted my attention. And not that I'm just so important, but
no,
I
but
could be
people,
so focused
it's a
on
time,
everything else.
It's a
that
time and a place for that stuff, though. Like,
some things have been emergency situations where I thought
And
I
that's
could have put
fine.
my stuff to the side.
yeah.
And at the moment I may not have, and I didn't realize what was going on, but I was just so focused on, gotta get this done, gotta get that done.
Yeah,
And I know there will still be times like that, but I just try to make mental note of it.
right.
Okay, the other question, and I think we can do this like really fast, and we don't all necessarily have to answer this, but what's the best and most challenging thing about being a PK?
People. I will always say that. The most challenging thing is that you really have, like, people, you're a role model for a lot of people when you don't, like, know that you are. Like, I have people that will, if I miss praise and worship, I've had people come to me and be like, you really minister to me every Sunday. Why weren't you up there today? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Like on Wednesday when you wasn't up there.
I was late. Because of their
Go
perspective.
figure.
Okay. So, but like, really just people, it can make it like really hard, or sometimes it can make it easy too, because you just have a lot of people that are like looking at you to be great.
We're gonna take a pause because I think they're asking for the email. It is the Perspective Show. What?
No, she's not.
No,
asking
she's
for
not.
email.
She said on a mission is right. That's why I forget
Oh,
what they
send
said
me
to
an
me
email.
when I'm on a mission.
That's right.
Send me an email, please.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I'm with
I
you on
agree.
that.
I agree with that. I
So
thought,
she got,
I
like,
thought you wanted the email, Miss Karen. I'm sorry. Okay. But next question.
Next question. Oh, to answer the last question for me, the worst part is pressure. So, but we're gonna get into that. We have a whole episode about that, which is why we're not talking about it in a lot of detail. This is a good one from Triana. Triana Brown. It says, "How do ladies think men should go about approaching women that they like or want to date or pursue in church?"
Let me say what not to do first. Don't DM them at 1 in the morning.
No. Oh, because those are.
Hey, that's
long
an
hours.
inside joke, okay? That's the
No,
inside
but
joke.
really,
Grammatical errors.
With grammatical errors.
Grammatical errors. No, just don't call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. But what are you calling me for at this time?
No, I'm saying like if they're trying to
You don't even
approach
have the
you.
number
No.
yet. You
Oh,
just got
okay.
the
You don't
DM.
have, right.
Okay. Don't
Don't be-
Facebook message or anything like that.
At late hours of the night with grammatical errors.
Yeah.
That's
Don't call me
horrible.
during booty call hours. That's disrespectful. Why are you up? Take your butt to bed.
And pray.
No, for me personally, don't message me after I minister somewhere and you're like, oh my gosh, it really touched me. And then you're like, but can I have your number though? No.
I do think that a lot of people, they don't want people to know their business in church.
Yeah.
So I would say if you can be as discreet as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't make it
Yes,
obvious.
ma'am.
Don't be looking at people like they're a piece of meat in church.
Yeah.
Because that's just, I already know what you're coming at me
Right.
for, and I'm not here for it, okay? I was just about, like, so I do think being discreet as possible, because then the person might give you a chance.
Right.
If they feel like
Yeah.
you're going to be all out in the open, that means if y'all were to date and get together, the whole church is going to know.
Right.
So they're probably more than likely going to turn you
I
down.
just,
It's a time and place for everything.
yeah.
You know, don't come up to me like while I'm talking to my parents.
I feel like the best advice though, like if you do got a girl that you're kind of, or a woman that you're kind of, like, oh, like she's pretty nice. Yeah, I feel like, maybe you should like actually no, that sounds bad. I'm not gonna say that.
What?
You out there now?
Well, maybe you should like, you can't just be like a pew member and expect for her to know who you are. Like, get involved, not because of her, but because of your relationship with God. But that's the first.
No,
first
that is a
Aw.
real. I will tell you, and maybe I'm just speaking for like myself and the people I know. Women, especially women in the church, are attracted to a man that loves God.
Yeah.
Like if you are like really into it and you are praising, worshiping God, and it's like it don't.
But
look
don't
like,
overdo
Yeah,
it.
it
Though.
don't
Like,
look like
I can
you're
tell
like acting.
when you
Yeah.
were just overdoing it. That's a turn off.
Exactly.
Like, sit down.
But if you're serious about your exactly,
Down.
if you're serious about your relationship with God, just like men look at women and they're like, oh, she looks like wife material. That is how women look at men.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like he has it together. Like at least he has a
Either he has it
foundation.
together, he's just a temp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but that will make her more likely be like, okay, maybe if he come talk to me, I'll give him a chance.
Except for me, like, this is gonna sound bad, but if you like two, like you trying to be a preacher.
Oh
I
no,
don't want-
no,
I'm sorry.
no.
Like, don't come
I'ma
up to
make a
me
lot of people mad,
and
I'm sorry.
fake speak in tongues. Like, you know what, I want to buy you a bag of chips.
Boy, bye.
Don't listen. Yeah. This
Okay,
is
here's a really good one. I don't think we've ever thought about this one.
Okay.
As PKs, how do you think people in the church and outside of the church view us personally?
Inside the church.
As a PK. So the people that know that you're PKs.
How do
In
we
the church
think
and
people-
outside
I
the church.
feel like people, like if I go hang out with somebody from church I've never hung out before, I really feel like they kind of conceal themselves for a little
Yes.
bit, and they're like if I go, I don't know, like we can't listen to like certain type of music according to them because they're like, I don't know if this makes you uncomfortable. I'm like, no, I like.
Yeah, that's annoying. Like, be
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Like,
be you.
I'm gonna be me whether I'm in church
But
or
I don't
not.
feel like people are gonna.
How are they viewing you,
100%
though?
be-
I feel like they think that I'm just
This
walking,
holy
speaking in
bubble.
tongues, praying.
The people in the
constantly.
church and outside the church?
No, the people in the church. The people outside the church think that we all bad and sneaky and
Yeah.
freaks and all that.
And the people inside the church think we all like are gonna be preachers and evangelists.
Oh, no.
Right.
you're
I feel
not.
like,
That's not my calling.
yeah. But I mean, I know y'all get that a lot too, cause I've gotten that before. Like, yeah, it's on you.
It's on you.
It's on you.
Nope.
Are you gonna
Maybe
take
it's on
over
you.
after? I'm like, no, I'm not.
Right.
Not at
I
all.
think that some people, well, I personally, and I could be wrong, so if you go to my church, comment below. I personally think that the people inside of my church, some of them don't necessarily know me.
Yeah.
And I think, they don't know me personally, of course, but I don't think some of them know what to think of me. Like, I think a lot of them say, well, you have a lot of, like, gestures and you have mannerism of your mother, but you never talk to me. I'm, like, an introvert. So I'm not going to be, like, all extra outgoing like Lexi. Lexi will be like, thank you for joining in our church service today. Come back next week. And I'm going to be like, if I make eye contact with you, I'll smile. So I don't personally think people know what to think. So it's kind of a mystery.
I think I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because, like, I smile and I have to speak to some people, they think that I'm outgoing, but I'm really not. Like, I like to be behind the scenes, like, be tucked away. Like, doing this actually is a step for me. Like, I'm actually shaking right now. Not
really?
You done did 5 of these
I
episodes.
know. In every episode, I feel the same way. Like seriously. So this is just a huge step for me because I'm not that person. I'd rather just be I'd rather be on the other side of the screen watching and laughing at what y'all saying.
Oh, this is a really good question.
Yeah.
Okay, we can read that one next. But Rosalind, girl, I know. Okay, so she said, so as a preacher's daughter or a woman of God, period, what do you do with crushes? Like, since I'm waiting on God, do I just have to say, oh, well? Yes, girl, say, oh, well. Because let me tell you something. God is going to wave some red flags your way when you know it's not the right person. And he's going to...
Well, I didn't understand
I
the
didn't
question.
understand the question either.
You didn't
sorry,
went
I'm
on a
really
whole
passionate.
tangent.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, if
Rewind.
you're a woman of God that's waiting on God for your husband,
Wait,
what do you say?
You mean like celibacy?
Like you're waiting
I
for
don't
your
know
Boaz.
what to ask her.
Or
Rosa,
yeah.
what you mean?
Yeah, like you're waiting on your Boaz and you're keeping yourself for marriage. What do you do with crushes that you know aren't for you?
Is that what she said? That you
Basically, she said, "What do you do with crushes?"
Oh, that you know aren't for you?
Yeah.
Well, you know they're not for you.
Well, you know,
girl, don't even waste your time.
Yeah.
Like that's a headache.
Well, if you want a husband, don't waste your time. You just trying to have fun
Oh.
right now. You haven't figured yourself out. Then I don't know. Maybe
No,
you,
like
I don't know. But
Minister Noah just said this today. Don't be trying to, be all impatient and you get a fast food husband. And no, really, but
he really did preach
he was
the word
saying
today.
A fast
You want a
food
soul
husband,
food husband.
a fast food husband is only gonna satisfy you temporarily, and then you're gonna be hungry again, and you're not gonna be satisfied with him. Get you a soul food man that's gonna fill your
She
soul.
said, I like a man, think he's fine.
I could think you're cute, but once I start talking to you and I realize you're not for me, you're just not cute anymore.
But that's the thing. Like, God ain't gonna be like, I'm coming. It's him. He's gonna be walking with a light behind
halo.
him, like that's your man. I feel like you really have to get to know the person and see. And there were things that will be revealed. I feel like to let you know that either this man is for you or he's not for you.
I think too when you're in a relationship with God, God will tell you because He wants to protect you from it, since He knows that you're gonna listen. But listening, if God tells you no, this is not the person, you being disobedient, it's only gonna hurt you. So get you a soul food husband.
Whitney, are you a soul food husband?
Jared wants to know our favorite candy.
Twizzlers.
Really?
My favorite candy, y'all. I love Hershey's with almonds.
Almonds.
I'm with you.
First of all,
Y'all
chocolate
sisters.
That's
and
not my
Clearly
favorite.
y'all sisters, because me and Lexi ugh.
I'm so nasty.
I like anything
Chocolate
with
for chocolate.
I like anything with sugar in it.
Oh,
That's my problem.
No.
But anyway, thanks, Jared. Can we have a more serious
So
question?
let them take me out or not. If you know God said no, girl, don't do it because after
Right.
that date, you're gonna be like,
She
"Ew, I
don't
think I
know."
like
But
him."
she doesn't. Sometimes you might not know until you actually go on that date.
Okay, go on one date, and then after that date, then no.
This is going to be a quick reference because I think we've talked about this before on the episode. As PKs, are we judged by what we wear?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just recently told, one lady at church told me, well, sometimes I be trying to figure out if I'm going to wear a certain dress to church or not, but then I think about, well, Twinkle wore that one dress, so if she can wear that, definitely I can wear this.
As a matter of fact,
I was like, it wasn't even short.
Just today, I was asked that, okay, women who are curvy, do you expect dudes not to look at you, or do you expect people not to notice? Do you know how tight your dress is when you wear? I mean, it wasn't directed towards
I
me.
can't turn down all this thickness.
But no, I'm just saying.
I can't turn it down.
Thickness.
And we have talked about this before, but I'm just gonna say it again. As a curvy woman, sometimes it doesn't matter what you wear.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Just like
you want me to wear a
Erica
sheet.
Campbell, for example, her her album cover with the she had on all white with the turtleneck. She got so much flack for that outfit. She was literally covered from her neck to her ankles.
But it was fitted and
because
she
it was fitted and she got curves. That's it.
Y'all know, to be totally honest, and this is kind of like a serious moment for me, I don't know if I'm the only like thick person that feels this way, but like if I wear a dress and it's meant to be fitted, but it's still like appropriate or professional, I personally feel a little bit uncomfortable when I walk in people's presence, especially if other males are going to be around, especially if it's someone's husband or just whoever. I feel a little uncomfortable, but it's something I can't help because I have a shape. So when I put it on, you're gonna see it. But I feel uncomfortable because I don't want anybody else in the room to feel uncomfortable.
Right.
And I don't know if maybe that's just something in my head. I need to get it together, but
I mean, and sometimes I honestly feel like sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you do. Like, and if I know, like if I'm leaving the house and I'm walking past the mirror and I'm like, oh, yeah, I might want to put my little long jacket on, or I might want to, like, I like to put the shirt around my waist or whatever. But sometimes you just
Can't help it.
can't help
know,
it.
girl.
Thank you, God. Thank you for my card. Make sure
God, where's mine? Where's mine at, though?
you got them. Never mind. You got them where I don't have them, so you good.
We got another question?
But anyway,
We got to keep it moving.
yes.
yes.
I love Ashley's statement. I can't turn down
Oh,
all this
turn
thickness.
down.
All right, Burnett.
How do you ladies feel about good men being overlooked?
I feel like good men are overlooked. It's really sad.
Because you know what? Because girls be wanting the bad boys. That's why good men are overlooked. And then I feel like good men always end up with women who treat them wrong, and I hate that.
I want a good man.
I hate that. But good men, all the good men are my cousins, and they married. So there.
The good men I know are taken.
The good men,
My daddy
Well, I
My
think
daddy.
some good men are overlooked because of women's maturity levels sometimes.
I think so too.
So, like, a lot of times they're like, well, I want this guy because he got this, 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 and that. But the older they get, they realize that this, and that really didn't mean anything. It had no substance. And the guy they wanted, well, he didn't got his roots down because he was praying for her.
or maybe that they're not ready for them. Maybe they still want to be young and crazy, and they think that they can
they
come
were
back.
not mature enough.
Yeah,
I think it's because, and all that is true, but I think it's some of them because some of the good men, they just feel like they ain't attractive.
Some of them not.
I know, but that's, and I feel like that is maturity level. You gotta find something attractive about. I mean,
Just be honest. 90% of the really good men are not that attractive.
No, but yeah,
At least
somebody
the
told
ones
me
I
this
experienced.
statement, and
They
I
gotta
totally,
be good. They got no choice to be good.
No.
They got nothing else going for them. You don't have a choice but to be a good man.
confidence is everything. I strongly
agree,
believe that
yeah.
any man really can get any woman that he wants with the right amount of confidence, and if you know how to talk.
Well, that's true. I've
Like,
been attracted to
seriously.
some ugly
Look at Biggie
dudes,
Smalls,
but they
'cause
were
he was
like
horrible.
their personality.
Don't do Biggie.
Biggie was
fine.
he was
I
not
was
easy
Tupac
on the
fan.
eye.
Biggie was real
He's not
easy on the
No,
eyes.
he's not. I think
Just
people
big
like
and
they
chocolate.
just jacked his swag.
The only thing I like about Biggie is you gotta stop breathing.
He
You gotta
breathing too
you
hard.
gotta stop all that.
How long is this episode?
Okay, well, we definitely have a ton more questions. But we are going to have to wrap it up. We have another new episode coming out next Sunday.
Yes.
So please be sure to stay tuned. If you have more questions, keep commenting below, and we will incorporate them into an episode or maybe our next live.
And if you have something personal that you don't want and you want to remain anonymous, please email us.
And we may be able to respond to it. We're not experts on everything, but yes.
We'll give our best, opinion on it or our best perspective on it.
Exactly.
So anyway,
I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. We had fun. I hope you guys had fun. Definitely post your comments. We love to see them.
And we'll see y'all next week.
See y'all.
Bye. Bye.